How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to Leg Slapper for all things professional wrestling. Now today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to do some quizzes today, and it might be something that I'll continue doing here and there on the channel for a little bit because I think it's something fun that I can do and something fun that you can play along with. So let's see if I can name every WWE Champion, every WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and every single ECW Champion. And go ahead, play along with me, tell me who you got, tell me who you missed, tell me who I'm dumb for missing, because I'm sure it's gonna happen. Also, apparently I decided I was gonna dress in my Dirty Dom best today for whatever reason. Maybe that will help lead me to victory and will get me in the headspace of WWE champions. But without further ado, let's just jump into these quizzes. I don't really have any kind of strategy. I'm just gonna kind of go off of the top of my head. So obviously we have the always now controversial Hulk Hogan. We have one of the all-time Canadian classics, Bret Hart. I've got Shawn Michaels in my brain already because he's one of my personal favorites of all time. But let's do a couple modern people, right? So let's do our tribal chief, must be acknowledged, Roman Reigns, right? Let's do Seth Rollins. Let's just do every member of the Shield right now because why wouldn't we? Dean Ambrose. Let's do my girlfriend's least favorite human being on the planet, CM Punk. Let's do my least favorite wrestler, Alberto Del Rio. Oh, so I can just type last names. That's great. Okay, well then let's do Rhodes. Cody Rhodes. Okay. Let's do, who was champion? We got Bobby Lashley. I know Bobby Lashley was champion at some point. I know Brock Lesnar was champion quite a lot, although he was way back in 2002. 2021. So we need Kofi Kingston for sure. Big E. There, that's Big E was in 2021. For some reason, I have a hard time remembering that Kofi Kingston and Big E's championship reigns were so removed from each other. Who else? We got AJ Styles. Who's the guy that he was feuding with Randy Orton and AJ Styles? He's a Canadian guy. The modern day Maharaja. What? Jinder. Don't hinder Jinder. Jinder Mahal. Okay, 2017 and 2020. Who else held championships? Well, I know Goldberg did at some point, didn't he? Did he not? Well, let's do some more that I know off the top of my head. Triple H, obviously. Edge, Rey Mysterio for like 5 minutes or whatever. And then John Cena, back when John Cena's always been a heel. What? How about John Cena? How about I add John Cena to the list? That would be good, wouldn't it? Okay. 2006. Well, I know Batista, not in 2006, but Batista was a champion at some point. I gotta start firing. Who else? We've got, Yokozuna, The Undertaker, Kane, Stone Cold. I really just need to start doing, the big names. The Rock. Who else? Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, Sid, Diesel. Who else? I'm trying to think of people who had weird championship reigns. John Cena, Edge. Well, we know Eddie Guerrero, if I could spell it. There we go. Kurt Angle, for sure. Kurt Angle had a great reign. I think Big Show had it at one point. Yeah, 1999. I know Vince McMahon held it. Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Ric Flair. Okay, who held it in... Oh, Mankind. Who held it in between The Rock and Triple H? It was basically the three of them a lot of the time. Okay, but let's think more modern. AJ Styles, who else won it in 2017 that wasn't named Jinder Mahal? Have I put Randy Orton yet? Okay, Randy Orton, 2007. Who won it in... Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy definitely won it in 2008. Yep. Okay. Who would have... Oh, Sheamus. The Celtic Warrior. I can't forget the Celtic Warrior. His YouTube channel is genuine gold. That... I love Sheamus. I think he's one of the most underrated guys. And it's funny, too, because I used to hate Sheamus. Okay, let's see. 2001 to Chris Jericho. I'd have to disown myself if I forgot Chris Jericho. JBL for sure. So in between Edge and Randy Orton. Who would have held that? I'm not even sure. Sheamus and CM Punk. Alberto Del Rio and Seth Rollins. Who won it in 2013? It wasn't Mark Henry. Daniel Bryan held the WWE Championship a couple times. I don't know who would have held it in 2017 as well, in 2020. Oh, Bray Wyatt, duh. There's one. Is The Fiend a separate thing? No, okay, I didn't think so. Well, I'm having a rough go with some of these earlier ones, and I still got 3 minutes, so I'm doing all right. So maybe I'll look back at some of the older title reigns. So who else? Andre the Giant. 1990 and 1991. Man, I'm gonna kick myself at some point. I know Ivan Koloff. Yeah. Bruno Sammartino. Did I not spell that right? Did he not hold it? What? Maybe it's not including him. Did he not hold it? Is he not like one of the longest reigning WWE champions of all time? Am I crazy mistaken here? Okay, well, who else then? The Iron Sheik. Notoriously did not like Hulk Hogan. Oh, what's his name? He's one of the older guys. He's the chicken wing. He had that feud with Bret Hart. I'm blanking on what his name is. I was never really a fan of him at all. But I mean, I get it, like the All-American Kid. What was his name? For some reason, my brain is saying Buddy Rogers, but that's not right. Wasn't he a musician? Oh my God, Buddy Rogers was the first one. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. And I don't know. We got a minute and a half. I've got 10 left. Who could it be? The older ones, yeah, that's going to be a blind spot for me. Like, I don't know. I have a rough time. Once we're past the 80s, oh God. My wrestling knowledge really, really plummets in terms of who was doing what. But who in 2006 between Edge and Orton? I did put Bobby Lashley. And then 2020. And it's not Goldberg? The thing is, with all the different WWE Championship names, I can never remember who actually won which title. I have Brock Lesnar. I know I'm going to be so mad at myself. Undertaker, 1990, 1991. Gosh, Shawn Michaels. Who was a big deal back then? I'm really... Sergeant Slaughter. Yes, got it. But do I know who else? No, I think this is where I have to admit defeat. I cannot think of who this is and who this is. If these are big title reigns, I'm going to be so mad at myself because I feel like I have a pretty good mind for the WWE Championship, at least modern era. All right, let's see. Bruno Sammartino. Did I just leave off an M on Bruno Sammartino? I think that's all it was. I'm giving myself that extra point. But we did get an 84% out of 60. So that's, and the average score is 60%, sorry. So that's pretty good. Pedro Morales. Maybe I could have got that eventually. I never would have gotten to Stan Stasiak in my brain. Definitely not. Superstar Billy Graham. I might have got to Bob Backlund. That is who I was thinking of. It was Bob Backlund. The Ultimate Warrior. How did I forget the Ultimate Warrior? Man. Oh yeah, Rob Van Dam and The Miz. I love The Miz. I am actually very disappointed in myself for forgetting The Miz won the W. And Drew McIntyre. Go ahead, roast me. Roast me in the comments. That's fine. I can't believe I forgot Rob Van Dam, The Miz, Drew McIntyre, and Ultimate Warrior. You know, take it or leave it from the 70s up, or the 70s backward. That's fine. I can see a lot of people having trouble with that era, but the fact that I forgot those four is actually kind of nuts to me. Well, yeah, so that's what I got. I got 84%, 46 out of 55. Let me know how you did. Let me know who you potentially forgot down in the comments, and let's move on to the World Heavyweight Championship. So we only have 6 minutes for this one, and I don't really have any kind of great strategy for this one either. I'm gonna go with the people that I associate most with the belts. I see that it's from 2002 to 2013, so we'll just kind of go for it. And I think this one might be a little bit easier, but we'll see. So first and foremost, whenever I think of it, I think of Edge. Oh, and it's every single reign. Okay, so this actually might be way easier. So every single reign, Edge. I know John Cena had a couple reigns. I know He Who Shall Not Be Named has a couple reigns. So yeah, there you go. Was Booker T? Yeah, Booker T won his 5th world championship when he was King Booker. Underrated. Love Booker T. I think more people need to go back and watch more of Booker T's stuff because he is unironically one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And I think he probably should have been more than a 5-time world champion. But I'm talking too much. Big Show. Daniel Bryan. Did any of the Shield guys hold the world? No, because that would have been before the Shield was a big deal. I don't even remember when the Shield debuted. Maybe it was 2013, but yeah, none of them touched the World Heavyweight Championship. I didn't know John Cena. Oh yeah, because John Cena unified the titles. No. Didn't Daniel Bryan unify the titles? What am I saying? Randy Orton. Let's just get a couple easy ones. Chris Jericho. Okay, who else? Well, did The Rock? No, The Rock only held the WCW version of it. Who else? Alberto Del Rio. One of my least favorites. Someone held it. Oh, CM Punk definitely had a couple championship reigns. So did Jeff Hardy. The Undertaker, one of the other most iconic people. Batista, one of the other most iconic people associated with the belt. Man, the 2010s is where I start really getting stumped. I know Sheamus had a couple. Who would have held it? Oh, Christian. I love when Christian finally got to hold the championship. I was really happy for him. Who else? Mark Henry. Who could forget that awesome Hall of Pain ceremony with the John Cena? Just chef's kiss. Mark Henry, another underrated guy who deserved better in his career, in my opinion. 2007. Edge, Batista, Triple H definitely held it, yeah. He was the inaugural WWE version holder. Okay, Shawn Michaels was the second one because he won it in the Elimination Chamber. Goldberg definitely held it. Goldberg. If I could just spell, that would be great. Okay, who would have held it after Batista? I'm trying to think of... Because the issue is, I don't know if it's who dethroned them. I can't remember if Batista went out on injury. Because we have 2 there in 2006, in between Batista and King Booker. Oh, well, I know Kane held it, and I know Rey Mysterio held it a couple times. Okay, there we go. We're getting there. What about Kurt Angle? He held it, right? Yeah, now we're cooking with gas. Okay, I know one wrestler in particular who held it, who I remember even when I was a kid, I was like, I do not understand why this person is holding the World Heavyweight Championship, and that is the great Khali. Yep, there he is. I remember being a kid, I loved Batista, and I was like, man, what the heck is the great Khali doing? This sucks. Punjabi prison match, what the heck? 2010, 2011. Okay, so we have 3 left. Do I know who any of these 3 are? No. No, I do not. Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, one of my personal favorite wrestlers of all time, someone who I feel really, really deserved a lot more. I think WWE super dropped the ball with Ziggler. Okay, 2010, the last one. If I can get this one in a 2-minute time frame, I'll officially have won this quiz. That's great. Apparently, I know the World Heavyweight Championship a little bit better. But it is kind of surprising that there were this few people that actually held it across over a decade. Okay, so let's think. Who would have held the World Heavyweight Championship in 2010 in between Chris Jericho and Rey Mysterio? Jack Swagger. I hated Jack Swagger as World Heavyweight Champion. There we go. 100% right. Average score of 78%. Awesome. Let me know how you guys did on this one. I feel like this one was a lot easier, so I feel like a lot of people will probably also be able to name all of them as well. But, yeah, there we go. Apparently my World Heavyweight Championship knowledge it's up there. So now let's move on to the ECW World Heavyweight Champions, and I think this is definitely going to be my blind spot. It goes all the way up to 2010, so that means it literally goes from the old ECW days when it was hardcore to the WWE version of ECW, which was something. But let's just jump into it. 5 minutes to do it. I don't know how we'll do, but let's see. Okay, first of all, I know Christian. My guy Christian, he held it. What was the guy's name? He was the last one to hold it. Ezekiel Jackson. I remember when that guy was supposed to be like the next big deal. What happened to that guy? That guy, I was never like super over on him, but the WWE seemed super over on him. And even though fans aren't really over on certain wrestlers, WWE back in that era especially really liked to push whoever they felt they wanted to. So I wonder what happened to that guy. Well, Tommy Dreamer, for sure. Let's do some of like the old school classic ones. Raven. What's his name? Mike Awesome? Is that what his name was? Yeah, Mike Awesome. Just Incredible. Who else? Sandman held it, right? Yeah, of course. Oh, wow, yeah. Did Sandman hold it? Yeah. CM Punk when it came back. Big Show when it came back. Vince McMahon. Durag Vince held it, right? Because did he beat Bobby Lashley for it? Bobby Lashley? Okay, who else in modern? Matt Hardy. I believe he was still Johnny Nitro back then. Yeah, Johnny Nitro. Who else would have held the ECW Championship? Well, we got RVD for sure. Taz. Yeah. Okay. I knew I'd do better on like the modern side compared to the old school ECW days. I was never a big ECW guy, so 2008. Who? What was his name? Oh, Kane. Kane held it. And so did Chavo. He won it from Chavo Guerrero at, if I can spell Guerrero. He won it from Chavo Guerrero at like WrestleMania 24, I think, in like 7 seconds or something like that. Or 15 seconds, whatever. It was something along the lines of that. WWE loves their quick title changes when they don't think a title matters that much. All right, Kane. Who would have won it from Kane and then been beaten by Matt Hardy? Did Finley ever hold it? That feels like no. Did Crash Holly ever hold it? No. Did Hardcore Holly ever hold it? No. I'm trying to think of who else would have held it in the Revival era. 2008, 2009. In between was Matt Hardy. But I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, well, let's think back on the older side of things. Who can I think of in terms of old school ECW guys? I'm trying to did Terry Funk hold it for them? Yeah, Terry Funk did hold it for them. I like that it's like prior to the ECW World Heavyweight Championship title. Did Mick Foley ever have it? No, he didn't. Okay. I'm trying to think of who were the big deals of ECW. And I'm trying to think of that one. Oh, Shane Douglas. Because wasn't there like a whole thing with him when he headed over to the WWE at some point, and it was like a big dramatic thing? All right. Well, we're doing okay. I knew this would be a rougher one for me. I don't think I'll be able to name all of them. In fact, I don't know if I'll be able to name any more of them. A lot of ECW was when and before I was born. So, who knows? I don't know who would have beaten Mike Awesome. Shane Douglas. We had Just Incredible, Mike Awesome. Who would have feuded with Mike Awesome then? Although this is old school ECW days, so I don't know if feuding is the correct word, potentially. I know there's a lot of drama back then with the company. Ugh. I feel like Tim Robinson in that one skit. I have no idea. I don't know who would have held it in 2000. No, I don't know. Did, what was his name? Big Daddy V? No, he never held it. Man, the problem is that the ECW Championship is just such a, it really was such a third place championship that it's hard to remember all the different championships. Like when it came to WWE at least. Yeah, I think that's it. 30 out of 39. I don't know how well that is. Mikey Whipwreck. Oh, Sabu and Bam Bam Bigelow. Yeah. I always forget because to me, Bam Bam Bigelow is one of the best big men to never win a world championship, but I guess he did win the ECW World Championship. Though I think a lot of people would still consider it to not be an official world championship because he actually didn't win it in WWE. Masato Tanaka, Jerry Lynn, Steve Corino, Rhino, Mark Henry, and Jack Swagger. Jack Swagger held the ECW Championship? Stop. Don't put championships on Jack Swagger. Back then or now. 77% to 68%. That's it for these quiz videos. Let me know how you did. Let me know how poorly I did compared to you on the ECW one. Let me know if you guys missed any really obvious ones that you were like, oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that one. And yeah, hopefully you played along. Tell me your scores. Tell me what you missed. Make fun of me for what I missed. And I'll see you guys in the next video because there will be plenty more coming soon.